Hello, this is Aim55, and today this video reviewing the Christmas Little Jazz Band Light Show. I bought this from Facebook Marketplace for $80, and it didn't have the box. Here's the fan. It's basically a YF200, and then Inflatables from 2007. And here's the bass. One of the legs is broken. And then here's the control box for the light show. There's a button for a light show without sound, a light show with sound, light steady burn, sensor, and then there's a volume control. And here's the speaker. It plugs in right here. So now I'm going to inflate it. And here it is. It's not in the greatest condition, none of the characters really stand up, but it is still really cool to have this little with how rare it is. And it's probably one of the coolest clothes that Gemmy's ever made. Here's the penguin. He has a Santa hat on, glasses, a red and green scarf, and then here's his drums. And then here's the Christmas tree with the colored ornaments. And here's the reindeer. He has the same scarf as the penguin. He has a saxophone. And he has glasses on. And then here's Santa. He also has sunglasses. And the stitching came undone here, but here's the guitar that he's holding. And then here's the polar bear with the same sunglasses. And he has a red jacket. And here's his trumpet. And I'll show the light show when it gets dark. Here's all the bass attachments. There's one right here where the reindeer is. One on this side. One on this side. And one right here next to the zipper. And I think this is the only zipper on the Inflatable. And then here's the tether attachments. There's one on the back of the penguin. One on the back of the tree. One on the back of Santa. And one on the back of the polar bear. I really like that it has so many tether attachments, because if it didn't, with how worn out this is, it would be really hard to review. The characters barely stand up. Unfortunately, the reindeer doesn't have a tether attachment, so he just leans forward. So now I'm going to deflate it. And then I'll show what it looks like in the dark too. And here's what it looks like in the dark. First I'll show what it looks like with the light set to steady burn. There's a light in the penguin's drum, a light in the penguin, a light in the tree. And I think there should be one in the reindeer, but I think it's out. One in Santa's guitar. I think two in Santa. And I think there's three in the polar bear, and then there's one in his saxophone. And the bass has a bunch of lights too. This little has a ton of C7s and it looks really good. So now I'm going to turn on the light show. It plays 4 songs: Deck of the Halls, Jingle Bells, Joy to the World, and Upon the Housetop. So that's the first song. And here's the second song. And then here's the third song. And here's the fourth and final song. And that's all the songs. And now for my rating, starting with design. I think it's an extremely cool design. I like the light show, I like how big it is, and I like all the characters. And even if this wasn't a light show, it would still be a great inflatable, so I'll give it 1 star. Next is quality. Since it's a Gemmy inflatable, I'll give it 1 star. Next is inflation time. Mine doesn't inflate extremely fast, but from new it inflates really fast and has a really good fan, so I'll give it 1 star. Next is stability. The stability is really good with how many tether and bracelet setups it has, so I'll give it 1 star. And the last category is price. I do know that this was sold at Walmart, but I have no idea what the price was, so I'll just give it 1 star. Overall, I'd rate this video 5 stars. I recommend it if you can find one for sale. They are pretty hard to find. So that's this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. Bye.